Hello, so my name is Joseph Wade, and for this question, I'll be answering you are a molecule of one of the five major nutrients. List the five major nutrient cycles, then describe your life as a molecule of one of these nutrients. So the five major nutrient cycles are the carbon cycle, the nitrogen cycle, the phosphorus cycle, the sulfur cycle, and the water cycle. The carbon cycle involves the movement of carbon through various places around the world. It's in the atmosphere, it goes in the oceans, into the land that we live on, and it's in living organisms as well. Like the process goes through all living organisms, and this is mainly found. We could not have photosynthesis without it, so basically we couldn't have plants, so we couldn't have oxygen without it. So the carbon cycle is very important, and it also helps with decomposition and the making of fossil fuels. In that case, we would be, I don't know where we would be without the carbon cycle, but it plays a big part. And we also have the nitrogen cycle, which describes the transformation of nitrogen into the atmosphere, into the soil that we use, and into water. And I think, the nitrogen cycle is also used in living organisms. So that's the biggest thing that it is found in, and it is the atmosphere. It makes up, I think, 78% of the atmosphere. So without nitrogen in the atmosphere, we would probably burn up and not be able to breathe. The phosphorus cycle focuses on the movement of phosphorus through the Earth's crust, into the soil and the water, and also into living organisms. And this lacks a significant process in the atmosphere, so it really relies on geology and the weather to work through wherever it needs to go for the phosphorus cycle. And also we have the sulfur cycle, which tracks the flow of sulfur in various forms, including sulfate and hydrogen sulfide, through the atmosphere, into the land, into the water bodies all over the world, and also into living organisms. This the sulfur cycle, where we'll see it, is usually in volcanic eruptions and weathering onto rocks in the mountains and stuff. So that all comes from the sulfur and the melted lava, and or a forest fire, I guess you could say. And also there's the water cycle, and this one is, some people, I found, when I was researching, I found that some people do not consider the water cycle to be a nutrient cycle, but I believe it is because it's crucial for life on Earth, and it involves the continuous movement of water between, all over the world first, in our bodies, and through the atmosphere. So without the water cycle, we wouldn't be able to get most of the nutrients that we need to live, and we wouldn't be able to live in general without the water cycle. And your life as one of these nutrients, if I was hydrogen, as hydrogen, you would begin your journey in the atmosphere, and then you would get absorbed by a plant somewhere, and then you would begin to go into photosynthesis, and then from that point you would either die out, or a herbivore would come and eat you. And then there you would become a part of the food chain, and then in that the predator-prey relationship comes in. So either the animal that consumes you would be killed and consumed by a predator, or it would just die of natural causes, and then decomposition, the carbon cycle that was left over from the plant and that was already in the body of the organism, will all come together and work to decompose that animal into the earth, and then you would return back into the atmosphere and restart the carbon cycle. And that's that.